How does an inclusive environment look? The ideas of inclusion have become the norm in education as stakeholders begin to recognize the need to serve a diverse group of students in a classroom environment. The Ministry of Education in the Bahamas has made inclusion a priority by placing students with special needs in mainstream classrooms and providing support in the form of personnel and resource rooms. This effort is commendable, but for inclusion to truly benefit students, the ideas that underpin inclusion must be held by stakeholders. TAN defines inclusion as an intentional, ongoing effort to ensure that diverse people with different identities are able to fully participate in all aspects of work. This definition forces stakeholders to examine all actions to determine whether they promote inclusion. Initially, one should reflect on their view of students with diverse needs. Chitma explains that we must move from viewing persons with disabilities as objects of charity, but rather as contributing members of society once barriers to full participation are removed. This view should be a first step in ensuring accessible, inclusive education in this region. We need to consider what an inclusive environment looks like. An inclusive environment allows all students to participate in all activities, whether they are social or academic. This means that administration provides funds and tools for staff, teachers, and students. They also consider technologies that make an environment more accessible. In an inclusive environment, administration seeks to ensure that a school has all the support services needed, including speech or occupational therapists, interpreters, or resource teachers. Teachers would also be using an appropriate design, such as differentiated learning or universal design for learning, to create an environment that is inclusive. Teachers would also utilize appropriate technologies to remove any barriers to learning that exist. Teachers would also be undergoing regular professional development that helps them to address the needs of students. Teachers in an inclusive environment have positive attitudes about their students and believe that they can succeed with the correct tools. These teachers also serve as advocates for their students, seeking the most effective tools and finding ways to connect students with these tools. In an inclusive environment, parents and families would be involved in their child's education, providing support as needed. Parents feel as if they and the school are a team, working together for the success of their child. This would include open lines of communication and cooperation between schools and families. Students would feel as if they are a part of their school. They would be given opportunities to participate fully, socially, and academically. The environment described integrates the themes and theories of inclusion to ensure that all students have access to quality education.